Good afternoon, Facebook family and friends. This is Mike Sneed coming to you again. I'm coming back to you from the Goldsboro house that I brought you to at the beginning of the week that we're doing a rehab for one of my friends. I'm coming to give you an update of what we've done to that house. Also do a week recap of how my actual week went. Let me turn this fan off so y'all can hear me a little better. The air conditioner guy is not coming in here until the beginning of the week, so right now we don't have any air. So I'm going to give the phone to my trusty companion, and I'm going to give you an update. Let me switch the camera around. There we go. All right. As always, thumbs up when I'm in sight. Okay, I'm in sight. So as I told you last time, we got the switches in. As you look, that's it turns that light on, turns it off. This turns the fan. We have this working now. The other switch that we added for them is right here, and this switch right here, as you see, turns that light on and off. So now they got the three-way switches working. Over the island, remember I told you we're gonna add pendant lights. Where you got the pendant lights now, and here go the actual switch. He wanted the switch on the cabinet right here to turn it on and off, and this is the switch that do the garbage disposal once the plumber gets done. Also, he wanted a light there. We put a light there, and we put the switch here for that light. So now that's working. Let's see what else we got. We come in here. This is something he added later on that he wanted. He wanted a TV mount here, and he wanted recessed lights. And he wanted a switch to control it. So here goes the switch here that controls that. The switch controls the fan light and the fan. So I'll leave the fan on. He also wanted to have some. He also wanted to have a little entertainment center for the people. So we added him a receptacle there for his ice maker, refrigerator, and the plumber is going to put him a wet bar here. So we added that for him. So that's done. We're going to back. Excuse some of the mess. In here, you might not be able to see it, but the plumber still hasn't done his work. Let me bring a light in here so you can see what we've done. Okay. Alright, what we've done in here, he's going to have two vanities, he decided. And once he has the two vanities, he was going to have one mirror, but he decided now to have two separate mirrors. So we added the receptacles in here, and we added the light switch. We had a wire for one light, but he's going to add two. So we're not going to put the other two lights until the plumber get done and they get the mirrors added. So here we have to wait till the plumber. The plumber hopefully will be here this weekend, he said. So we're going to have to come back next week and make another trip. Come back here. What we've done. This is the room. We got to add the ceiling fan in. We got the wires getting ready to get pulled out. The box, I got to go in and put a 2x4 up in the ceiling to support the box and take that old box out. He has an attic fan in the ceiling that's not working. So he decided he wanted to replace the attic fan. So I'm going to replace the attic fan and let it cool the attic down before we go up in there and start working. It's just entirely too hot to go up in there in the summer without an attic fan. So we're going to fix the attic fan when we come back and let it give it an hour or two to cool the attic down. Then we'll go out and do that. I don't want to go up in there for one time. So we'll get here early that morning while it's still fairly cool, fix the attic fan, let it run, cool off, and then we'll swap that out. And here we're actually done. He had the vanity up. We got the lights in, and we got the fan working. So we're done in here. We got his receptacle. So when we come back, all we have to do is set this light ceiling fan in, and we will have to go and do the bathroom. Hopefully the plumber be done. So like I said, the plumber be done here. We come back on probably Wednesday. I'll come back and we're totally be done. Like I said, this weekend coming up, I have several things I'm doing. I'm going out of town for a little bit. So I won't be back until Wednesday, and then Friday I'll be back down in Goldsboro. So I'm not Goldsboro. I'll be back in Rocky Mount working on my houses. I'll be totally done here working for getting his stuff situated. All his stuff is done. I'm really just waiting on the plumber. So once the plumber gets done this weekend, we'll come back Wednesday morning and we'll be totally done and out. People ask me how did I learn how to do this. I learned this while I was in high school. Everything that I've done in this house and completed for this guy, I was able to do this ever since I was a junior in high school, the 11th grade. They used to have, I said, Victor, they taught you residential wiring. They showed me how to, Mr. Eaton, my residential wiring teacher, showed me how to do this. And I've had these skills ever since high school. People wonder, you have to go to college to get to know. Like I say, I learned all of this while I was in high school. A lot of times people ask me, well, how much would a job like this cost? A job like this is about a $2,500 job. You'll have about $500 worth of materials in this job. If you were paying a experienced crew, so if I was still doing a lot of electrical work and I had my electricians that used to work with me, it would cost me about $500 or $600 worth of labor for them to do this. And an experienced crew could have done this in about 2 days. It would take taken them 1 day to rough it in, which they would have done before the drywall and stuff got in or whatever. And then it would have taken them 1 day to actually trim out. So it's about 2, maybe 2.5 days for an experienced crew, and it will cost you about $600. The actual electrical contractor who was actually contracting, if he didn't have to come out here at all he had to do was bid and come out here and do an inspection and come back here and do and just make sure everything was working fine. He would make about anywhere between $1,000 to maybe $1,500 off of this job. So the skills that I learned in high school, it's enough to help somebody to make, like I said, to do this job. You could have made anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 profit, in your pocket after you paid your help, after you paid for materials. You could have had $1,000 to $1,500, and it would take you in about 2 days. Because I'm doing it with unskilled help, and as you can see, I'm sweating like a Hebrew slave. I'm doing a lot of the work and training. It takes us a little longer, but I've done it like this so I can train the guys how to do it. And with that, this job right here, like I said, is for one of my good friends and one of my customers. I've been doing work for him for about 15 years. I know this job right here, he's not really, it's not a job that's flaming fast that he has to really get done really fast. And I knew about the time span that we had to operate. Matter of fact, we're a little ahead of time. We're waiting on another contractor. So I knew with that, I could actually take this job and bring it out to the kids with the high schools and pay them and show them and not be rushed and put him behind. If it was a job, if he would have called me for this job to get it done, and he was pushed for time and he was really trying to get it done, I knew it had to be turned quick. And like I said, in that 2 to 3 day time frame, I wouldn't have taken this job. I would have called one of my ex-employees that used to work with me that now has his electrical contractor license, that has employees and have his own business. I would have gave a bid on this job, and then I would have called him and gave him the job, and he would have came and he would have knocked it out in that time frame, because he has the crew and he has the expertise and the manpower to get it done in the time frame that they needed. And what he would have done, he would have just given me 10% for sending him to work. So I would have made $250 just by making a phone call. I would have called him, say, hey, I got a job that needs to get done. Here go, I bid $2,500 on it, and this is what needs to be done. He came, knocked it out. He would have got the $2,500. Then he'd have sent me a check for $250 after he got paid. So that's how I normally do. If somebody wants a big electrical job get done, they still come to me because they used to do all that work. I'll pass it along to one of my ex-employees that has the manpower and the capacity, and they just give me 10% for finder's fee. Okay, so now I'm going to give a little week review of how our week went. This week was a pretty good week. I actually met with a gentleman that was very inspirational. He was actually from my hometown. I didn't know it until I got somebody had told me previously that they had met this guy. I don't want to call names, because like I said, I don't call names because the way social media is, if I call somebody's name and they see Mike Sneed doing something bad, it might get linked in that they doing something with Mike Sneed, so I don't call people names. But this guy, he was very inspirational. He's from my hometown, and the guy, one of my business partners, asked me did I know of him. I was like, I never heard of him. He said, well, I was telling him about some of the business stuff we does, and he was pretty interested in it. And I asked him to come in, and he asked the guy if he would come in and actually look over our little business group and see that he's seeing the flaws and make sure we was on the right path and give us any insights or kind of correct us, kind of like mentors for just to come in and give our stuff a sniff test and say, y'all doing good, you need to change this, you need to change that. So we met on Monday night, and the guy came in, and he's a guy from Oxford, but he has been the CEO of some major companies. He's held positions. He's a CPA. He's held positions at major franchises and corporations that we all know of. But I had never heard of him. Growing up in Oxford, it's a guy that everybody should know his name because he has done some magnificent things. But I never heard of him until a week ago, and I had never met him until Monday. But we talked to him. And what he's done is remarkable. I'm honest. What he's done is remarkable. Very, very smart man. He has a lot of investments. He gave us some investment ideas. He told us what we're doing is something him and his friends had done prior back when he was first really getting started. And he told us where we're at versus where him and his friends was at the same time period. Looking at it, he said we far ahead of where they were at. And he was amazed we had gotten as far as we have. So we felt good about that. So he told us some of the things we need to look at going forward that could kind of derail our group, that kind of got their group off track a little bit, so everybody won't get off track. And he also, he was very open. He was just like my other business partner that kind of mentored us, where he came in and opened up his financials, opened up his portfolio, and showed us everything. It was an open book. Whatever we wanted to see, his checks, his everything, he showed it to us. Same thing like Abdul, he showed it to us. This guy done the same thing. He opened up his portfolio, showed us everything that he had, how it was structured, some of the things that he had we were doing, some of the things that he offered to us to do we hadn't thought about. So some things we're going to actually start doing that he told us about that we hadn't even knew about doing. So we have a little money that's stacked up in our within our group, and he showed us how we can actually become a bank and start going out and lending that money the proper way to developers and to contractors and stuff, and to make a nice return on it. So he actually introduced us to that side, and we're gonna get more involved in actually taking our money and putting it out there and being a true investor the correct way. So he showed us how to do that, and he's opening up doors so we can get our money out there in the market and start working. And we're thankful for him for that, and I hope to be able to do more business with him, and I hope to get to know him a lot better. That's my goal, is to get myself, because be honest, after seeing the way he had all his investment structured and how organized and detailed he was, I have work to do. I got to get myself in a position where in a year or so I can go back to him and say, hey, here go my portfolio. I got it cleaned up, it's detailed, and maybe I can get a little closer to him and maybe speak up. So people tell me, oh, maybe I can get a little closer to him, and he would actually maybe I could get closer to him and maybe absorb more of what he's doing, because it was very inspirational. I wish I could say his name, but I don't want to say his name, because everybody in Oxford, and he's an African American guy too. Everybody in Oxford should know this guy. He was phenomenal. So here we are. Like I said, what I'm doing here, we're done. We just waiting for the plumbers. Also, I want to show you this too. One last thing. This is the first time I've seen one of these, This is the hot water heater. Right here is the hot water heater that's going into this house. This is the entire thing, a hot water heater. That's the size of it, and it's supposed to be able to heat enough water to supply those 2 bathrooms, those 2 showers, and everything for this square feet of house. It has enough power because it's going to have 3 40-amp breakers feeding power to it, so it should have enough power to get it there. But I'm really excited to wire this in to see how it works. Because if this right here works, I'm going to go back and put this into my houses too. Because you look how small it is. You can put he's actually putting it into like a little closet. So he said this is the first one. So I'm going to let him try this out and see how it works and make sure that it does work. If it does work, then I'm going to incorporate these into my rental properties too. It's very small and simple, and it only uses you're not heating up that big standing tall gallon hot water thing. You're just using this Instant Hot here. I know the gas and propane ones were real efficient, and the electric ones wasn't that efficient early on. But looking at the wattage that thing got going to it, it looks like it will be able to do it. So I'm anxious to see how that works. And as you see, other thing, we got the dish. All his appliances are now installed. We got everything installed. We're ready to go. And like I said, I'm just tuning out. Came in and gave y'all. Sorry about that. So like I say, I just came to give y'all an update of where we're at. You see I'm sweating. I'm actually doing the work. So this is not something where I'm just coming in and just telling y'all about it. I'm actually showing y'all how to do it. I'm showing you how it's done. I'm giving you the prices of what it would cost, what it would do. And a lot of people have been telling me too about trying to get skilled trades back into the school system. If you got educators that's listening to this, school teachers and stuff, please tell them, say, hey, we need to bring these skilled trades back into the schools, because like I said, everything that I'm doing right now, I was able to do this since I've been in the 11th grade in high school, and now that I'm an adult, this is what I do daily, and it has given me the best life that I could ever think of. And like I say, now that I'm 45 now, and I'm at the point now where I can come through with from high school kids and people and start teaching them this and make enough profit where it doesn't hurt my family, and I can go out and take me a 4 or 5 day weekend like I'm doing now, because they don't work me to death, and not hurt my family, all because of what I learned in high school and not having to go out and spend all that money in college. Everything that I've done today, I was able to do it when I graduated from high school, from the skills I learned. So once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Like the video, share it. If you have any questions, concerns, please email me, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And remember, next week I'll be back down in Rocky Mount, and we'll be starting back with my houses. Hopefully we can get going a little faster, and hopefully my house will end up looking half as nice or even nicer than the house that we're currently in. Thank y'all again. Have a good weekend.